and Logan, co-founders of 4's. How we feeling today?
We're
Feeling
good.
Feeling real good.
Happy to be here. We're excited. We've been waiting for it.
Yeah.
Long time coming. We've been talking about this.
So give us a quick breakdown of the business, 4's.
Yeah, so 4's has evolved to a brand now, and 444 is actually an angel number that stands for protection, and we're going into the self-defense industry. It was our first venture. We created another one leading up to that, but the first venture basically is, most of these college women are carrying around these pink, bulky pepper spray devices, right?
Yeah.
They often end up in their purse or backpack. By the time an attacker gets to them, they can't get it out in time.
Yeah, so we went through the NSF I-Core program, which focuses directly on consumer feedback and customer discovery. And through that, we launched a few different survey campaigns to our target audience, being the women between the ages of 18 and 25. And we found some very common themes, I would say.
Yeah.
First one being convenience, second one being location sharing and adding that smart technology into it.
Like a GPS?
Exactly, yeah. So being in East Lansing, we already see all these women carrying around pepper spray. It's a huge market already, and it just hasn't innovated in a long time, and Matt and I kind of saw an opportunity there.
Yeah, there's a huge gap in the market. I mean, you see all these outdated pink, bulky pepper spray devices, right? It's like, what if someone switched that, right? What if someone changed that? So we want to create like a lot more. Well, we're in the midst of prototyping right now, but we're creating a much more convenient, fashionable pepper spray device. It's equipped with a glass breaker. It's a clip on it so the consumer can store it on their body anytime. LED lights, so it lights up at night via our mobile app.
Yeah.
You hit it down, and then it sends your current location out to their emergency contacts.
Oh, okay.
It gives the consumer so much freedom. They can choose whoever they want, whoever they trust. So a girl in East Lansing, their roommates, boyfriend, friends, family, people that they trust will instantly be alerted that they so-and-so just sprayed their pepper spray at this location. It has that second line defense for people coming in looking for, further assistance, basically.
So is that GPS always on? Like, is the battery just always running?
Yeah, it runs like it's low Bluetooth energy.
Yeah.
So it's called BLE, runs in the background of their phone.
Yeah.
So it always knows once it hits down, then it'll just send out the current location.
Yeah, the pepper spray and the phone are just kind of sending a little ping back and forth once every 45 seconds or so to make sure it's still connected. And we really wanted this device to be as small as possible. Mm-hmm. So that's why we have the phone doing the GPS tracking and sending the location, because if we had the pepper spray do it, it just makes it bigger. There's more components to add inside.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. So how big is it?
It's very small. It's about 7 centimeters.
Oh, okay.
Very small.
And most of them right now are 9 to 9.5.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, they're really big. And there's a couple competitors we have on the market, and 2 of them, but they followed the same mission of these bulky ass pepper spray.
They're not innovating, right?
No, they're not innovating. So I mean, we've done like a ton of customer discovery work, and most people don't know what customer discovery is. You basically survey your target market and figure out exactly what the market wants to make sure it's a market viable product. So we've keyed down on this for about 2 years now, getting every feature down nailed in this device before we launch it.
And you can do customer discovery in many different ways. We did in-person interviews kind of like this, and then some online surveys through social media as well. And just trying to push it and expand it to as many people as possible, because the more feedback you get, obviously, the better the results.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to hear a little bit more about like the beginning, like why pepper spray? Why was that the one?
You started in college. You just noticed all the girls had it.
Yeah.
No, it was my freshman year in the dorms. I had the idea. It's just because my mom works in the inner city Chicago on the south side as a nurse, man. She's going back and forth having to run these red lights because, she can't stay in her car because people are approaching her here and there. Sister works the same thing. My other sister's a nurse in Kalamazoo, and they won't carry around these like pink bulky ones. First of all, they look horrible. Second of all, if they use it, who's gonna know? And so they wanted, kind of just sat down and had the idea flowing, and I was like, what? If I see this come to market and I didn't do it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, damn, I could have got that. So I've always wanted to start my own business, always wanted to start my own brand, and then built off an idea, built off a mission, and it's really coming to life now.
So Matt and I met in the dorms actually in the first year and a half. We were just friends, we weren't business partners, and around halfway through sophomore year or so, Matt, kept bringing up this pepper spray ID, kept bringing it up, and finally I was like, you know what, that's a great idea, because coming to such a large campus like Michigan State, it saddens me to say, but assault is very prevalent here, and it is a huge issue, and you don't really notice until you're here and you hear stories of women with these real life interactions. And once Matt started mentioning it, I thought it was a great idea and hit the drawing board basically.
Yeah.
Were you saying it to like everyone, or did you see something in Logan like this guy can grasp what I'm thinking?
I was saying it to most people, but Logan kind of was like really interested.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was going at it by myself for a little bit, kind of confused. I needed someone to kind of give me ideas and bounce ideas and get it, better organized. And Logan was kind of the man for the mission. And then it all just started, and we started really consistently working at it.
Yeah, and that brings up another topic is, starting a company with just one person is very difficult, actually, because Matt said we get to bounce ideas back and forth, and progress moves a lot quicker through that.
Yeah.
We've talked to other startups through Michigan State here, and or single founders basically, and it's a common theme that they're like, oh, I'm looking for a co-founder, I'm looking for someone else, and I really need someone to do this thing. I mean, it's a little too much work for just one person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't do it.
Yeah.
If you can do it all by yourself, go for it.
Yeah. So you guys have a whole team, or is it just you two?
We got 3 interns right now, and then us 2, we have a legal team that's handling some of our bigger deals that are going through. Trademarking, business deals, IP protection. We have one main advisor. So in all, we probably have 6 people plus us 8.
Can you tell us a little bit more about CES Las Vegas? What happened down there?
Yeah, so what does CES stand for again?
It's a great question.
Let's cut that.
Just pop up the logo.
Yeah. So CES is it's the world's leading tech conference, basically. So Amazon's there, Samsung is there. I don't know if Apple was there, but all these huge companies, IPO companies were there. We had a booth in the startup area where we showcased our initial prototype. So we consistently had investors approaching us, people with big connections approaching us and asking us about what we were doing, where we're from, and what our goal was with this whole thing. And he ended up getting interviewed when I was gone.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of poor timing, actually. He went to the bathroom or something. And, some guy approached. He said, can I have a quick interview? He mentioned TechCrunch, and at the moment I wasn't really sure what TechCrunch was. And so he interviewed me for about 5 minutes or so, and then he posted a huge article about it, and it reached over 75,000 views.
Yeah.
And through that, it brought us a lot of traction, and it kind of put our name and our idea out there, which is a very good thing, and it brought attention to a certain company.
Yeah, so it basically got published on TechCrunch and then all these other, whatever platforms that write articles started copying it, and it started blowing up, got world news, and then people were like, oh, the world's first smart pepper spray showcased at CES Las Vegas. Some people are criticizing it because that's how it goes when you start a company. Everyone's going to talk a little bit, and then some people are like, this is a great idea. So there's 2 main competitors in our industry, and they're IPO'd companies.
Yeah, both of them are IPO'd companies, and they have that database that the word pepper spray is in an article, so it automatically goes to their desk. Basically.
Yeah, so their CEOs were getting alerts about this new startup,
right.
Basically coming out of Michigan State that was going to plan to go to the market in 2023, which we still are. And both their CEOs hit us up and asked us for meetings. One of them wouldn't sign an NDA with us because they have a product like ours on the market.
It's already out.
Yeah, they have a similar one, but it's bulky and it follows the same thing that we're trying to get rid of, which is the convenience.
It does the location sharing, and it kind of has an app as well. But
it's huge.
Like Matt said, it's almost double the size of a normal pepper spray. And through our surveys, that's not what they want. That's not what people want. We don't see any people carrying them.
Yeah. So then we had the other world's largest pepper spray manufacturer, right? We have an NDA with them, so we can't technically say their name.
Yeah.
But we got in contact with their CEO and their executive board, and we've had about 6 or 7 meetings now, basically discussing who we are and basically a co-branding deal. So they're going to supply us canisters. They're going to manufacture the product for us at a large scale, and they're going to use all their distribution channels throughout the U.S. to get this product nationwide. Mm-hmm. So they're in Cabela's, they're in Bass Pro Shops, they're in Dick's Sporting Goods.
They're everywhere, even at the CVS in the corner here on the back. They're everywhere.
So we're in the midst of co-branding with them. It'll be 4's powered by Beep. Yeah.
So will they have a lot of equity in that then?
That's what we're figuring out right now, and that's why we've had so many meetings with them.
Yeah.
Is trying to figure out who's bringing what to the table. So with pepper spray, there's a lot of requirements that come with it. It's first of all, it's a pressurized canister that causes a lot of problems with distribution. It's really hard to transport them in planes or even overseas. So with their help, they already have the canisters all registered and they're made the correct way. That cuts off a lot of problems for us, and we're able to, take a huge step forward because they have it all covered. So things like that is what they bring to the table, and we're bringing more of the creative idea to the table.
And we're bringing the app to the table, so we're developing an app that connects to this device. We're bringing the finalized prototype, so we're outsourcing a company that we've been working with to finalize this prototype. We bring it to them, we say we want it made out of this, this, and this, we want it this size and to look like this. And they say, okay, well, it's going to be X amount of money to manufacture, 15,000 of these, right? So then we might have to raise capital, we might have to go talk to investors to raise that initial round to get it out of the market first and get this thing going.
Yeah.
But basically they have the potential to explode our brand nationwide.
Yeah.
And really take us off.
So what's the ideal, if you guys can say, what's the ideal price point of these things looking like?
So the price point should be around $49.99. Sorry, let me say that again. The ideal price point is around $49.99.
Yeah.
That may adjust a little bit depending on the price per unit and how much we have to spend and how much it costs to manufacture per unit.
But these things are rechargeable. They got LED lights and they're refillable canisters.
Okay, I was about to ask that. So God forbid someone has to use all their can.
Yeah.
They can refill.
That's good.
So where do they refill it at? Like, will there be a website where they can order more canisters?
Yeah,
exactly.
Order from our partner.
Okay. Yeah, and if they end up using their pepper spray, the app tells them you need to order a new one.
Yeah.
It's not smart to walk around with a half full canister.
Yeah.
And right through the app, touch of a button, it's ordered. It already has their address to it.
Okay.
Comes with new canisters. Take out the old one, toss in the new one, and they basically have a brand new device at that point. We want to make sure that if they're going to spend that initial $50, that lasts them. We want to make sure that this consumer always has it, and we're not going to make them buy a whole new product. And it's not too eco-friendly to be throwing away an entire device that has a glass breaker, LEDs, and a PCB board inside, and battery and shit.
So is it just gonna be one look, or are you guys gonna like make it customizable, maybe like leopard print or something?
So the look we're going for is basically like the Apple of the industry. Like we want to make this thing futuristic and sleek.
Yeah.
So it's gonna look valuable. It's gonna look like it has a high price point.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come in a couple different colors because we plan to make it out of. Can we say that?
Yeah, so we were actually looking at MacBooks, and that material is awesome. It has that nice shiny, fancy looking aluminum, and we're kind of going to go off of that material and kind of shape it around that fancy shiny mug.
Yeah, and it has a great feel to it.
Yeah, exactly. And so like there's a signal inside of there, right, with the PCB board that connects to the app. And that needs to be able to get through the device, and it can't get through aluminum. So we're making translucent plastic. Our logo will be like this translucent plastic, clear plastic, and there'll be sidewalls on the device, and then those will light up with LEDs. So it'll be like, the MacBook logo lights up. Right?
Yeah.
It'll be like basically like that, but you can change the colors of it as well.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I want to talk about like how much is switching over to like the second venture now, like trying to build up a brand or so. How important is that?
Yeah, it's very important actually, and this product development phase of the pepper spray. We would like it to be a nice, quick, straight path, but it's not. A lot of hurdles, a lot of lefts and right. And in the meantime, we don't want to, just be sitting around waiting to release our brand. So we kind of thought if we release some clothing and start an apparel line, that's a very easy and quick way to get, a ton of people in East Lansing recognizing our brand, seeing our logo more and more. And by the time our pepper spray is ready to hit the market, like, oh, I've seen that logo before. I've seen it on sweatshirts, I've seen it on crew necks, sweatpants, shirts, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's really just trying to bring that awareness.
I want to cut some of that because then it sounds like merch. So, because it sounds like merch because people, I don't know.
But it is kind of true though that we're trying
I know,
to
because I want to just tell the
right?
origins of how we kind of started this. So, basically, 444 is this angel number, right? That stands for protection. And it's getting really popular around social media. I see it all the time on Instagram stories. People got it tattooed on them. And that's what our company name was. So, we have a brand, and we have a brand name that sells regardless of the product it's attached to. So we said, why not let's go into the clothing industry. Let's see how well this brand name really can sell itself. No one knows about the pepper spray device. They just see 444 and a cool design. So we did that, started with hoodies, took off. We got a lot of recognition around the East Lansing area and other areas, and people really loved the look of it, the feel of it, and we said, it taught us a lot. It taught us that we need storage, a warehouse, we need to figure out shipping, we need to figure out packaging. There's a lot of little shit that goes into building a company that you don't think of, but this is basically rooted that, and we want to keep going on it. We want to get these into PacSuns eventually, or some big, large retail chain that they're gonna fly out of.
Our main retail chain right now is More Than Vintage, right here in
Shout
downtown
out
East
More Than
Lansing.
Vintage.
Yeah, shout them out. And they've been moving out of there very well, very quickly. And once people try it on, they feel the material. I assume you guys.
It
like
feels
it.
great.
Yeah,
The quality's crazy.
yeah, and
Nice and heavy too.
yeah, exactly. And that's what we want our brand and our logo to associate with, and that's quality, and that's quality materials, basically.
Yeah.
And to do that, we need to start from the very beginning. And that costs more money, but
It's an investment.
in the long term, when people see our logo, they know exactly it associates with quality, associates with a good product and a good mission.
So what's your guys' dreams for the company? Are you gonna stop after the pepper spray and close?
Hell no. I wanna revolutionize the self-defense industry.
Yeah.
The next, Steve Jobs. the
I remember you saying that.
self-defense industry. Yeah, I want something to come out where, people have this product on them at all times because they feel that it's that beneficial. Like an iPhone.
Like it's a need.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And when you're designing a product, that's the mindset you have to have, is you need to design this that, they have to have it on them all the time, every day, and that's how you can really build a huge market and reach a lot of consumers.
Yeah.
And basically what we want to do is come out with new versions every other year, every year like Apple does, they upgrade their iPhone. We want to do this with the device.
Right.
Maybe put these camera on it that uploads the footage right to the app, or a lot of different features we can expand on.
Yeah.
There's endless innovation, and especially bringing the tech side into it. It only gets better every year. It only gets smaller every year. Who knows what we could build in 5 years and the technology that we'll have then.
Especially with AI coming out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We have no clue what that could really do for our brand, and we got to make sure that any new innovations coming out, we jump on it, and we got to be with it. We can't be against it. We got to go with it, and can't fight the evolution of technology.
Yeah, and with money comes power, right? And power to do good, right? And release good products that benefit humanity in a large way. And that's really kind of what this brand's about, is how can we creatively, help society in an innovative way.
Covered CES.
Covered a lot.
Yeah.
What about being DC? So talk about competitions.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's good to get your brand name out there. I don't
Yeah.
think you should let any competition define you. There's things I could say about that competition that we don't have to elaborate on, but I know one of the things that the judges critiqued us on was there was mostly male judges, right? And then there was a couple female judges in the room, and the female judges loved our product, they loved our company because that's our target market. but apparently the male judges thought we were a little too masculine and
Right, and that we shouldn't be pitching a product for women, even though we've gone way out of our way to make sure that we don't make any assumptions, that we do the customer discovery, that we do the surveys and know this product is what this target market wants and this demographic wants. But they just,
it's just
didn't even listen to that part.
Yeah.
It's just odd how males or those, older men can make the assumptions that, this is just too masculine. It's like, all right, well, there's clearly an issue out there. And if you have daughters, like, you wouldn't care about who's making the product, right?
Yeah.
You care about how the issue is going to get solved.
Anything you guys want to share to the people? Like, get ready for the spray.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so right now we're actually doing a limiting time offer. Summer's right around the corner, so we're gonna do free shipping and 15% off our entire website. Use the code 444. We got sweatshirts, sweatpants. We're about to release another new drop for the summer, so go check it out at 4's.com.
And hopefully you guys want to follow the brand and follow the vision.
We'll drop the tag.
Yeah. Just follow our socials. We want to do a lot of behind the scenes as we, keep going on this journey and what it's like to actually start up a company from the ground up. So we appreciate you guys too.
Yeah,
this is
of course.
fun.
Yeah, it's an awesome setup.
You guys gotta keep killing it too. Keep going.